These are the rock Zircons. Not in there. This is yet another cheapo set that seems to be getting recommended a lot on the internet. Bring them up close. They are metal housings. This nice nichrome with some gold on the back. The wire they used on this is kind of nice. It has a nice texture to it. Got a little one-button microphone controller with the rock logo on there. Fabric section. And a nice, inconspicuous, unobtrusive, whatever, 90-degree terminal jack. So the cable feels nice, and it's kind of neat, but microphonics up the ass. You barely move around with these things in your ears, and you hear it. Boy, oh boy, do you hear it. Stock tips on there. They're pretty good. No complaints there. But weird fitment. So you put them in your ears, and if you don't get them in at like the right angle or something, they sound all muffled and fucked up. And I guess that's kind of true of any IEM, but these are really sensitive to that. So not a big deal. You let it sit in your ear for a little bit, and it kind of corrects itself. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. Onto the sound. Lots of sub bass. Shit tons of it, actually. The most I've heard of an IEM yet. Just tons and tons and tons of sub bass. They shake your ears all around. It's kind of a fun listen, except for the fact that the bass is really boomy. So if you're listening to metal, a lot of stuff is going to sound all fucked up. Guitars are going to sound fucked up. Drum kicks are going to sound fucked up. Bass guitar is going to sound fucked up because it's boomy as shit. It's just emphasized in the wrong places. Mids are pretty meh. They're it's hard to explain how they're not that good, but if you were to listen to these, you'd be like, yeah, those mids aren't that great. Treble, piercing. It's kind of weird because the treble sounds rolled off for the most part, but there's like some weird peaks that just like gouge your ears in certain tracks. It reminds me of the Shure SC 535s with the wrong ear tips on them. For me, you need the deep insertion, and without it, though that set is just piercing as shit. So these kind of remind me of that, with the roll off and the pierce combined into just nastiness. Narrow soundstage. These don't sound very big. They sound quite small. They sound quite narrow. They're kind of cluttered, and they have poor imaging and awful instrument separation. Not much to say there other than they just don't do either of those very well. They sound really small. They sound cluttered. Cross-channel effects don't sound great. For $10, you can get the Einstein T2s, and they just blow these out of the water. So, yeah, I don't know why these are recommended so much, but I don't recommend them. Peace out.